great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Green. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Irving. Pass to Marshall. Back to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Warriors. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. I asked him about Jimmy Butler and what his defensive scheme is for him, and Coach said to not let him bully us from the interior and mid-range. We want to push him as far out as possible. We have to play tough. Let's see if they're able to accomplish this, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Oh, Green with a block.
Green takes great pride in his defense now. He loves denying shots at the rim and playing bigger than his 6'8" frame would lead you to believe. Great team.
Work on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
3 misses in a row, still looking for their first bucket.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Now here's Lively. Pass to Thompson. Outside for Davis. To the inside. Lively. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed.
Working it to the open teammate that time. Excellent awareness from Davis.
Curry against Irving. Takes a 3. And it's Stephen Curry with the 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Now Irving. Fires for 3. Warriors with the rebound.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Here's Podziemski. That 3's off the mark. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Thompson passes to Lively. Davis against Green. Pass to Thompson. Launches a 3, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Extremely dangerous from that range. That's Thompson's comfort zone right there.
Green with a screen on Irving, and here's Curry for 3. Lively grabs a miss. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. That ties the game.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Davis against Butler. And here's Green from the arc. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Dallas has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the 2nd round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Now here's Irving. No points yet. Can't cash it in from close range. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. And here's Curry for 3. Rebounded by Marshall.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Davis misses. The Warriors have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. Curry looking it over. An easy 2 on the layup. Curry's got his second basket on the night.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Irving finds Lively. Here's Marshall. Moody defends. Here's Marshall. 9 points for him in his last game.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And Davis with the block.
Expert timing by Davis on the block. Right when the ball was at its apex, he got it.
Off the inbound. And it's Butler with the jam. Here's Irving. It's good.
If you give him any sort of space, he's gonna attack.
To the middle. It's stolen. Takes the 3. He buries it from 3. Irving's got 5 points. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Dallas on top, up by 3. Don't go away. We'll be back. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Mavericks.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint. Just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Thompson out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Najee Marshall. Then there's Derek Lively. And it's Davis in at the 4. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
The ball handling of Steph is sometimes undervalued. I mean, he's much more than a shooter. This guy has mad skills as a handler.
Marshall with the bucket. He has 6.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Outside for Butler. Another 3 for Golden State.
Shooting with great confidence, Butler fires immediately off the catch.
Irving against Curry. Irving, the pass to Marshall. Outside Irving. Lively with a screen on Curry. Irving finds Davis. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Irving. Here's the 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Irving's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Curry against Irving. Pass to Moody. Green, a screen. Now Pajimski. Let's go with a 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Golden State has got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Gafford's checked in. Back to Davis. Oh, it's blocked by Green. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will keep it. Irving for 3. Pajimski grabs the board. Pajimski's got 4 rebounds now. It's Curry all the way.
Can't lose sight of Curry on the break. That's when he strikes. He has fantastic awareness.
Dallas has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Curry against Irving. The 3. Again, the miss by Dallas.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Yes, it's good. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And Gafford with the block. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team to win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. Butler, a screen on Irving. The three from Curry. Thompson pulls it in.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
We highlight Thompson scoring often, but right there, just a great read to get it to the open teammate.
Curry, he's open. And the Warriors miss again.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
The three from Thompson. It's rebounded by Golden State. To the paint. Here's Butler. And it's blocked by Davis.
That's what happens when you challenge Davis. He can be so disruptive as a defender.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Washington's checked in for Anthony Davis. Exum comes in for Marshall. And Spencer Dinwiddie is subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Curry from deep three-point land. And that time also a missed shot.
The scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Green on the attack. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
These kinds of buckets are what get Green hyped up. He takes a lot of pride and pleasure in cooking the defense.
The three from Thompson. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Butler's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Pajimski. Just 3 on the clock. Moses Moody up strong for the jam.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Chucking up all those threes is clearly not working for them. They need to balance their attack.
Yeah, you want to put your players in a position to taking a closer, and that'll do it for.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane. And finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Steve Kerr's 5. They've got Buddy Hield. Gary Payton II is out there with Kuminga. And it's Post in at the center position. Here's Spencer. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Here's Post. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Hield with the ball. Exum picks him up. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Here's Exum. Gets the 3 to fall. Exum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Hield for 3. The offensive rebound. Post. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Outside Kuminga. Outside Payton from the arc. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got 7 rebounds in the game. Martin, the pass to Washington. Back to Martin. Now here's Gafford, tightly guarded. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
On fire to start the second half. 4-5 from the field.
Pass to post. Hield up top. He's guarded by Exum. And Hield gets the 3. Hield's got 5 points now this quarter.
Quite simply, one of the best three-point shooters in this game. That's Buddy Hield.
Now here's Exum, guarded by Hield. Off with the layup. Golden State is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Right around 3 minutes into this second half.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
It's stolen by Hield. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Here's Payton. Another 3 for Golden State.
And a nice bump for their offense this half. Now shooting over 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
Exum outside. Can they get it? Spencer grabs the miss.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Here's Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, just a menace inside.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Dinwiddie passes to Washington. Driving inside, and Washington powers it through.
You could see the landing gear disappear. Washington had 1 goal, and that was to fly to the rack.
Pass to Kuminga. They set the pick. Here's Spencer. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
There's a screen by Kuminga inside. Kuminga soars in for the slam. Man, he makes it look easy.
And Hield's playmaking continues to improve. Solid pass right there to the open teammate.
Washington outside. Pure from 3-point range. Washington's got 7 points in the game. Hield with the ball. But if it goes, that misses. Would have counted had it gone. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was the choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Anthony Davis is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. Coach had a clear message for his team. He said, quote, "Let's finish the job out there. It's ours for the taking if we can just get it done." So it sounds like he's hoping they can close out this game strong, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
You know, for Irving, he's made an effort, a conscious effort to get to the line more, and for good reason. I mean, he's a really good foul shooter.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved, unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot.
Yeah, and the way Curry always finds the open man is impressive.
Irving, the pass to Davis. Lively against Green. Lively with the bucket.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage, never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Here's Irving. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
Tonight has been all about Irving. When he's clicking, his offensive game is devastating.
Outside, Green. The 3 from Curry. There he is. The 3-point king delivers on cue. Neither team able to build a lead and sustain it.
After 6 lead changes, it feels like it could come down to one big play.
Davis, the pass to Marshall. Davis, a screen. Down low. Rebounded by Butler. Butler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Jimmy Butler on the attack, and it's Butler with the jam.
That's just a smart, wily drive by Butler, cutting past the defense to get a high percentage look.
Curry against Irving. Lively with a screen on Curry. Here's Irving. It's kept alive. Lively passes to Marshall. Irving against Curry. 5 to shoot. The 3. Hacked on the shot, and that'll send him to the end. In a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it.
At the line for Dallas. Lively taking 3 shots.
Down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Green with a screen on Irving.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And here's Curry. To the cup, Curry, counted.
When you need a big bucket, Curry knows exactly how to come through. Clutch.
The drive by Irving. Good on the bucket. Irving's got 20.
Yes, indeedy, Irving, giving you much in the clutch.
Irving against Curry. Curry from inside.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, those hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And a ball out play. The Warriors will have it.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
The Warriors lead by 3. Outside Butler. A minute 15 left in the final quarter. Outside, Green. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lively.
Warriors ball.
Off the inbound pass. And it's Butler with the jam. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. The three from Thompson. The shot comes out.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Offensive board.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
But that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and was maybe a step out of his range.
Outside Moody.
Whoa!
And he dunks it down.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And a deep three from Curry. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And stolen by Green. Here's Pajemski. Shoots from 14. And it's blocked by Davis. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA.
absolutely buzzing with anticipation. Each team with their first game of the season here tonight.
The key now is making sure your season starts with a win. That first dub is a catalyst to the start of your season. Helps you find a rhythm very early.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Embiid, Abusele out there with Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. Now here's Thompson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And how's that for an answer? Thompson getting his revenge in style there.
Maxey against Irving. Maxey passes to Grimes. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alden. David.
Well, I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd. We talked about the game plan for Joel Embiid. He told me Embiid might be the hardest matchup in the league. We just have to try to make things difficult on him and make him work for every point. We'll see if they're up to it, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now George. After the missed three from Klay Thompson. And the shot is good.
And with his strength, George is not your average swing player. He can get his in the paint.
Pass to Irving. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Back to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from 12. In the corner, Lively with it. That three off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Makes it off the glass.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Both free throws good for Irving.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Maxey with it. Takes it inside, and it's in there. Maxey's got 5.
I just love the pace that Maxey plays at, constantly applying pressure to the defense.
Irving looking for an opening. And the layup falls.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's George. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. George with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Here's Grimes.
2 minutes remaining.
And a miss there on the triple.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Here's Thompson. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Takes a 3. Maxey, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
The 76ers lead. George passes to Embiid. The 76ers again can't hit it. So for Dallas, their last game a loss to the Clippers. With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Now here's Thompson. Buries the long-range jumper. Thompson's got his second basket.
And this is Thompson's shot, one of the most gifted outside shooters the NBA, the world has ever seen.
To the inside, Embiid.
Oh, the big fella throwing it down hard.
The Mavericks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Irving dishes to Marshall. Here's the teardrop, and that's 2 points on the layup.
We sometimes forget how solid Irving is when it comes to his passing. Great find there.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Yabusele, lively defending. George with the screen on Lively. And there's the try. No good from Yabusele. Outside Irving. Off target with his 3. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks ahead. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Hoping to continue that success from the line throughout this one.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, we've got George. Yabusele out there with Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. There's the drive.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And it's Davis with the jam.
That's exactly what you want to see from AD, using that length and that athleticism to cause problems.
Mavericks leading by 3. Pass to Marshall. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Good D by Embiid. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into a starring role with the 76ers. He says these guys have the ultimate confidence in me, all the way from the organization down to the players. So I can just go out there and be aggressive, play my game, even through mistakes. It's all part of extraordinary growth for the guard. Kevin?
Yeah, thanks. He is rewarding their faith. And I love his statement on growth. He's always looking to expand. Here's Yabusele. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Well, we've seen this a few times, Richard. Players getting booed at home. And that's got to be painful for a player.
You get taken back a little bit. For some players, it's deserved, but it's always a surprise. But you have to be self-aware. Did you deserve to get booed? In most cases, it's true.
A nice shot by Irving.
So smooth around the rim. I love how Kyrie just goes up with confidence, knowing that he's going to figure it out.
Maxey against Irving. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Back to Thompson. Outside, Davis. Puts up a 3. Defense all over him. Thompson.
Nice start for him beyond the arc. He's already hit 3 triples, and I'm pretty sure there's more to come.
And for Klay Thompson, Richard, he's entering a different part now of his career.
And it happens to all of us. Father Time is undefeated. But Klay's game, his ability to hit threes as an elite level, that is not going anywhere, Kevin.
Maxey against Irving. Outside, Maxey. An easy 2 points on the layup. Maxey's got 9.
Maxey just completely disregarding the defense because he can.
On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Embiid. There's the 3. And it's Grimes with the rebound.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
And the slick pass from George set that up well. He has such a natural instinct for where to send the ball.
Outside for Davis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
Arguably one of the best bigs of his generation, Anthony Davis. I know you admire his game.
Well, he takes over the game on both ends of the floor. You would look at a Tim Duncan, a Kevin Garnett, a guy that can beat you with 5 blocks, or a guy that can dominate the post and score 25 a night.
Davis against Embiid. Yabusele. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the left wing. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And here's Marshall from the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
And you love the way that PG can get you a bucket on and off the ball. That versatility speaks volumes.
76ers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Took him no time at all on that one.
The assist.
And now a 3-point 76ers lead.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now here's Marshall. Defense is right there. Here's Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Defense looks helpless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
Irving passes to Lively. Right side Davis. And here's Irving. For 3. That one's not going to go. George from deep 3-point land. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. 76er, thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Fellas, you got to love watching teams go at it like this.
Love seeing it, Ernie. It's fun to see these teams, the fans, and us.
Moving on, the Mavs find themselves in a battle. Close matchup so far.
I'm impressed they're still in this. They've done some good things in the...
That is more than enough of a...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
So with Irving on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Dante Exum. And it's Martin in at the 3, the small forward. Shot clock at 6. Here's McCain. Out to Edwards. Fires the 3. Cranes the 3-pointer. Edwards got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Exum. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The 76ers leading by 4. Pass to Doughton. To the paint. And the rejection by Gafford.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Here's Washington, and then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Here's Doughton. Dinwiddie covering. For 3, Oubre. A rebound by Washington.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. Let's just say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
And stolen by Drummond. Oubre outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
A Washington against Edwards. For the screen on Edwards. And then Washington with the dunk.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Oh, here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. This one for 3. That one doesn't drop. The Mavericks leading. Pass to Gafford.
2 minutes remaining.
Poke loose. Oubre with the steal. A rebound by Washington.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Over to the wing. Washington with the screen on Edwards. Gafford. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. No good on the free throw, and it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. And the second free throw, good. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Yabusele. He's covered by Washington. Yabusele passes to Grimes. Launches it. The Mavericks pull it in. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Nixon with a wide open look. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists tonight. The 76ers trail by 4. Right side Maxey. And that one, good.
Willing that ball in. Tyrese Maxey has a nose for points.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
Maxey against Irving. Jacks up a 3. Out to the right wing. Embiid wide open. Nailed from three-point land. Embiid's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Marshall. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
His passing has always been a staple of his career. Not too many are better at dishing than Kyrie.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Such a wide open look. Irving's got 9.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
It's a tie game in Dallas. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Ooh.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Yabusele out there with Embiid. Then it's George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in a 2-guard. And on the way from Irving for 3. Offensive rebound. Davis, the pass to Lively. Irving from long range. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Yabusele kicks to Embiid. Here's Yabusele. Pass to Grimes. Good on the triple. Grimes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
And it's sent back by George.
And the timing from George there on the rejection, using his long reach to turn away the shot.
And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Here's George. Here's Yabusele. Shot clock at 5. Back to George. Rebound by Marshall. Marshall's got 4 rebounds in this game. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Dallas, no good that time either.
They came close there to tying it up.
You love the intensity out there right now. Close game. Both teams leaving it all out there.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Lively finds Davis. Here's Irving, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And just the total offensive package. Kyrie is a once-in-a-generation guard.
And so Irving nails both of them. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Good again. He's on tonight, 9 for 13 shooting.
When Maxey is feeling himself, he can really fill up that stat sheet.
Pass to Irving. Dallas moving the ball around. Thompson surveying the floor. Back to Irving. Thompson against Embiid. 5 on the clock. Davis kicks to Thompson. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed.
When it counts, you want to get the ball to Klay Thompson where he can do something special with it.
Got that bucket. And that's now 9 points for George.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Davis down low. Pass to Lively. Back to Thompson. Lively with it. To the middle. 2nd chance shot. Oh, Thompson, tough shot.
Who can forget? Klay has played in countless finals games. He is used to this pressure.
Maxey passes to George. And it's Paul George with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The right guy to go to in this situation. Kyrie Irving has so many tricks in his bag that will help him find the shot that he needs.
Pass to Grimes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
All the officials are all over that one.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful, penetrating, and getting offensive production.
And on top of that, they've really been dialed in from deep, just dropping triple after triple.
They get it back. Out to the wing. Lively the pass to Marshall. Thompson for the triple. Pass to Marshall for the 3. It drops. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Maxey, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
When it comes down to crunch time, Maxey wants the ball in his hands.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a two-possession game.
Irving from long range. To the right side. Lets it go with a three. They grabbed their own miss. Davis, that's for two. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Outside for George. Drills it from outside. George has got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
That's good. So Philadelphia wins it. They came in here and took care of business. Thanks so much, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this
so many possibilities.
You know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason payoff.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Paul George. Joel Embiid is out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. Outside Maxey. Over Moody. Hauled in by Curry.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Moody. Uses the glass on the layup.
Setting an aggressive tone early, challenging the heart of that defense.
Maxey surveys. Sinks that one from the post.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots. So that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well. So the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
Now here's Curry. Playing Phoenix, he was nearly unstoppable. Outside Moody. Back to Curry. Clock at 6. Here he goes. And it's blocked by Embiid.
Yeah, imposing his will. Embiid sending a message with that rejection.
Out to the right wing. Curry from deep three-point land. And Grimes pulls it down.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Curry with it, guarded now by George. Here's Pajemski, and here's Butler outside. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And that's how you share the ball. They got what they wanted, and Butler put the finishing touches on it.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. I talked to him about Joel Embiid, and Coach told me Embiid does have us worried. He's just so physical out there, but we're going to be physical right back and get in his face when we can, so they'll be trying to challenge the big man all night.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
Really left him alone that time.
And we know Embiid has this kind of touch from deep. Nice triple.
Curry against George. Curry, that's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Maxey, that's good.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Outside, Green. And it's off from three-point range. 76ers trail by 3. Embiid with it. Now guarded by Moody. Can't tie it up. That one misses. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for Golden State. And here's Curry for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Curry's got 5.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
Inside. The kick out to Maxey. Knocks down the long J. Maxey's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
George against Curry. Outside Butler. Fires the 3. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
In that game, they were the enforcers, and they were also efficient. That's the kind of balance coaches look for.
Well, easy to be efficient on nights like that when everybody has things going. Let's see if they're still in the rhythm tonight.
And it's Butler who slams it down.
Oh, Jimmy, that was impressive.
The Sixers trailing. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Grimes. He's covered by Curry. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
No good on that one.
You can see how much Quentin Grimes relies on that speed and skill he has. He's trying to stay ahead of you and find some room to score.
Golden State has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Butler, a screen on George. Curry passes to Butler. With the drive. And it's Butler with the jam.
That was a possession where Jimmy Butler just did not settle for the jump shot. Drove right in and came right at the defense.
Here's Embiid. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. He's got 5.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Jimmy Butler getting. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid is out there with Paul George. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Curry. Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Known as a tough defender, George, so good at reading shooters and getting to those shot attempts.
To the inside. Embiid against Green for 3. Maxey can't get it to go. He's made 4 of his 8 attempts. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
And it's hammered home by Green.
For all the things that Draymond does, when he gets dunks, it makes him even more excitable.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. And he gets that one. Majimski's got his first 2 points of the night.
Hey, guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
George passes to Embiid. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. The Warriors lead by 3. Outside Moody. Pass to Curry. Pulls it from the top of the key, and he hits the jump shot. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
It's so fun to watch Steph Curry shoot a jump shot. It doesn't get any better than watching this guy pull the trigger.
Here's Maxey, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Now here's Green. Outside for Butler. Outside Podziemski. 5 on the clock. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
Now here's Maxey. 11 points in the game. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, BA, dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block. And Butler giving you the full buffet of the things he can do.
Green with a screen on Maxey. Here's Butler, and Butler caps off the drive with a slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Jimmy Butler.
He can be such a physical force. It's so hard to keep Embiid from getting to the free throw line.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, BA, I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team. You know, a pretty easy solution to stopping this run would be to get back on defense. It's pretty simple.
And there's a pick. Yes! Embiid from in close.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
Butler. He can't get that one to fall. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. The three is up. Counted from distance. Embiid's got 6 here in the quarter.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
George against Curry. Curry takes it in. Outside for Green. Butler with the ball. Picked up by Embiid. Butler with the bucket.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Here's Maxey. Oh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
You know, Maxey's willing to play a secondary role, but he can also take charge when needed.
And here's Curry for 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Grimes, the pass to George. It's stolen by Curry. It could go. And he can't get that one. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Warriors on top. They're up by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
For the Celtics, they'll be up against the Magic in Orlando. That one's starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Gentlemen, I can't.
And a look back now at the first half, as the Sixers have a tight game on their hands.
I'm not seeing their activity on D. Right now, the game is close, but
Thanks for tuning in.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Buddy Hield, and it's Post in at the 5, down low. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. And so it's Golden State with it after the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. And he drives in. Here's Spencer. Shot clock at 6. And the layup is good. Spencer's got his first basket.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Here's Doughton. It's Edwards on the wing. Warriors with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Now here's Heel. The shot, no good. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Drummond with the bucket.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Here's Post. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Here's Doughton. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Here's Edwards. Can't nail the jumper. The Warriors lead by 4. Pass to Spencer. Here's Post. He drops it from range. Post has got 5.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Here's Doughton. Offline with a baseline jumper.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Pass to Spencer. Going inside, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Yeah, even though Hield can pull up from anywhere, you love that he's always looking to find a shot for his teammate.
Here's Edwards, and rejected. Now here's Payton. He's closely guarded. Here's Spencer. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And Brett, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, B.A., a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Here's Post. He's got 5. Back to Kuminga. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
Kuminga has so much of the physical tools needed to be a great offensive rebounder.
Here's Doughton. Off target with the 3. The Warriors lead by 9. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. And here are the Warriors now. They're on a 13-4 run. Pass to Post. Payton with a screen on Drummond. Outside Payton. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by the Sixers. And the foul called on Buddy Hield. That's his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for the 76ers. 76ers trail by 11. Outside Maxey. Here's Grimes. Maxey on the wing. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Such an explosive athlete. Maxey saw his chance and took it right to the rim.
Pass to Payton. Outside Kuminga. Back to Payton. Shoots over George. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Golden State Warriors. They have... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Taking a look at Philadelphia. They've got Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is out there with George. And it's Yabusele in at the 4. Goes up on the wing. They grab their own miss. George for 3. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Curry drives in. Here's Butler. The kick out. Curry. Good. And Butler gets the assist. And the Warriors lead by 14.
I mean, what's new? Steph, 3 more.
Outside Maxey. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged. Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
And the foul called on Paul George. That'll be a second foul of the game.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Up until that play, his ball handling had been impeccable. He's given it up just one time.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Up top, Maxey. Moody defends to halt the run. And Maxey puts it in.
He's scoring the rock at will, but he needs more help from his teammates.
Curry against George. Outside Butler. There's the triple. Philadelphia grabs the miss. After this game, they can look forward to Washington, where they'll match up against the Wizards. That game will conclude the 3-game road trip they're currently on.
I've just seen these massive leaps from Paul George throughout his career, particularly as a playmaker.
Here's Curry. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Launches it. And the Warriors miss again. 76ers trail by 13. Grimes, the pass to Maxey. And the three-pointer goes. Maxey's got 20.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Pass to Moody. Moses Moody up strong for the jam.
It feels like Steph doesn't even have to look. He just knows where his teammates are.
Grimes, the pass to Maxey. Here's Grimes. He's covered by Curry. To the middle. Lets it fly. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
He's so tough to stop. Even when you hit Embiid, he possesses the strength to muscle shots in.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
What stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
You probably have to touch on as well that tonight their penetration has been awesome. I mean, they put force on this game, attacking off the bounce, and a willingness to do that has paid off.
And Philadelphia has possession following the score by Golden State.
You really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Stolen to the paint. Here's Grimes. Good. And the assist to Embiid.
Nice work on the interior. Grimes wanting to score from wherever he can.
Curry passes to Butler. Down low. Butler drops it in.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it looks like the Sixers will retain possession here.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Oh, wasted no time on that one. George has got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Really no spot on the floor where George can't hurt you. What a versatile scorer.
Pass to Green, and here's Curry. Easy money for Stephen Curry.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Maxey passes to George. For 3. The rebound by Moody. The Warriors lead by 11.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Warriors.
You can score without sharing the ball, but it can be a whole lot easier when guys are assisting one another.
Yeah, they were very patient. They were also unselfish, and ultimately, that's why they were so efficient.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And big-time bragging rights won today, just grabbing that season series.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Stephen Curry.
It felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Now here's Butler from deep. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
76ers foul. Paul George. Fourth personal foul.
And that one falls for Curry.
Yeah, so easy to root for Stephen Curry because of how much fun he seems to have on the floor. Embraces the competition, and is able to laugh it off when something doesn't go his way. A lot of things do, though.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Puts up a deep three. Knocks it loose. And so the ball out of bounds. Embiid touched it last. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Curry drives in, goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And the Warriors lead by 20.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce.
season strong.
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Kyrie Irving. Derek Lively is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Thompson, and it's Marshall in at the 3.
What's amazing about Kyrie is the number of go-to moves he has on the interior.
Majemski on the wing. With the drive. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Irving. The Warriors making the shot. And Marshall kicks to Irving. 5 to shoot. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Green. Driving inside. Here's Moody. And it's off from three-point range. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Coach Steve Kerr. Now, when asked about the game plan on Anthony Davis, Coach said we have to do our best to keep him out of the paint. Now, that's where he's most effective. If he beats us with his jump shot, well, we can live with that. Interior defense will be put to the test. Guys?
All right, thank you, David.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Curry gets the bucket.
I don't know that there's another guy in the league that would even think about it from that distance. It's uncanny how comfortable he is from that kind of range. Steph Curry doing work.
Wasted no time on that one. Irving's got 6.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Majemski with it. Picked up by Davis. And here is Curry. Coming off a solid outing against Phoenix. And it's Butler missing.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Davis, the pass to Marshall. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Lively sends a screen for Marshall. Thompson from long range. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. Last season, he played outstanding, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And as you said, a top 3 rebounder last season. He just seems to know how the shot's going to come off the rim, and he always hustles to get there.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Marshall with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Here's Davis. Jimmy Butler pulls it in. Warriors trail by 3. From the arc. Kept alive. Here's Green. The layup off target.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And that's a shot Davis will make 10 out of 10 times. He's just so strong inside.
Here's Moody following the basket by Anthony Davis. And the slam by Moody.
And he just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Pass to Irving. Thompson outside. Back to Irving. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Irving's got 8.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
Here's Pajemski. 1:06 left in the first quarter. Here's Green, and he could not get that one to go. And folks, the coach's challenge has been
team foul. At the line for the Dubs, Draymond Green.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
No good from Irving.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Up top, Curry. Lively defending. Green, the screen. Here's Butler. And the shot goes in.
This guy making his presence felt. Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor.
Outside Irving. Thompson outside. The 3. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Mavericks. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Pajemski. Butler out there with Draymond Green, and it's Moody in at the small forward position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. The Warriors trail. Butler kicks to Curry. There's the triple. Curry from 3.
Ideally, you want to chase Stephen Curry off the three-point line, but folks, it is not as easy as you might think.
Here's Davis. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Butler loves the three-point look.
Well, let someone initiate and create for Jimmy. That's catch and shoot opportunity. That's a sweet spot.
Davis setting the pick for Irving. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game. Curry passes to Green. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Davis with some nice D. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Green, and Green slams it in.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Rule adjustments, Doris, regarding the rip-through move. Do you think those have been effective?
Kevin, I certainly think we've taken a step in the right direction. We have got to give the defense more of a chance at this point, and the idea that you don't get shots on the rip-through is important.
Clock at 6, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Back to Irving. Davis sets a screen. No good from outside.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Count the basket. Moody's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Butler dishes to Curry.
that kind of space, he will get above the rim and let you hear about it.
Thompson outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Irving looking for an opening. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Pass to Moody. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Green, the pass to Moody. And Curry has it in the corner. Fires top of the key. And a kind roll that time off the rim. Is that one fault? 10 points for him.
That's fantastic shot making this quarter after struggling a bit in the first.
And Marshall kicks to Thompson. Davis against Butler. Thompson from long range. It's rebounded by Golden State. Butler's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Curry. Top of the key, Butler. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Irving.
So smooth on the mid-range. Kyrie dialed in.
It's Curry outside. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Thompson passes to Davis. Cuts off the pass. And it's the Warriors on the break. Podziemski's shot is good.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Thompson for 3. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Got a piece of it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Shoots the 3. Podziemski grabs the board. Curry from deep three-point land. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
For the Celtics, they'll be up against the Magic in Orlando. That's a 7 p.m. tip-off, Eastern Time.
2 elites.
Now let's turn our attention to Jimmy Butler and that impressive first half we just witnessed.
You know what you're going to get?
Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
On the floor for Dallas. Big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Dante Exum. And it's Martin in at the small forward. Now here's Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Washington outside. Not going to go that time. Nice defense from Kuminga. Set by Hield. Nobody around. It's good from long range. Hield's got the first points in the second half here for the Warriors. Pass to Gafford. Back to Dinwiddie. Martin, the pass to Washington. From deep. The Warriors pull it in. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Hield with it. And it's Martin picking him up. Here's Post. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Mavericks trail by 9. And when you look at P.J. Washington, his value DB lies in his defensive versatility.
Well, he's cross-positional. You can switch virtually every position with him on the defensive end. There's a strong physical presence, but maybe my favorite attribute is he's fearless. There's a toughness and an edge, and boy, you give him a big shot to take, he's not going to hesitate.
Spencer, and that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's Dallas with it. The Warriors making the shot. Got it. Nice one there from Exum.
Well, Dante Exum figuring it out in the pick and roll. He knows how to shoot off a screen.
Pass to Hield. Here's Post. Payton with a screen on Gafford. Here's Post. Outside, Kuminga. Good on the three-point shot.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
Gafford finds Washington. Here's the floater. He takes it up and lays it in. Washington's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Kuminga, screen on Dinwiddie. Spencer, the pass to Hield. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Washington. He takes it in. And then Washington with the dunk.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Now here's Hield from downtown. And the rebound goes to Martin. Mavericks trail by 4. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Warriors have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And Post gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 6.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside for Martin. Washington against Kuminga. Outside Martin. From deep Washington. Nice defense from Kuminga.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
What a find by Spencer Dinwiddie. Defense keys in on him, and he decides to make the nice pass.
Hield outside. Pass to Kuminga. Oh, good on the 3. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul.
Team foul. Shooting for Dallas.
I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That passing ability complements Irving scoring so well.
Butler is screen on Davis. Here's Curry. And it's Podziemski in the corner. Fast break, Dallas. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Marshall.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Lively. Back to Irving. Green with the block.
Well, let's remember a former defensive player of the year, Draymond Green, sending it back.
Podziemski on the wing. Outside for Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. That shot wide open. And the Warriors lead by 10.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Outside, Davis. Back to Irving. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. And the slam by Moody.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
The 3, Marshall, traps in the tray.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Warriors leading by 9. Here's Podziemski. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Curry with a wide open look from outside off the mark. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Thompson from long range. Here's Davis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jimmy Butler.
And one of the best big men in the game. Davis continuing to prove how dominant he is.
Davis at the line for 2.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th.
2 minutes remaining.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. In the corner, Moody with it. And the slam by Moody.
Well, just terrific unselfishness from the veteran forward. Jimmy Butler more than willing to pass if he finds a teammate open.
Pass to Lively. It's stolen by Green. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Mavericks trail by 11. Outside Irving. Over to the left wing. Now, here's Marshall, guarded by Curry. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
First personal foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 17-7 run.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Warriors.
When you shoot this well from 3-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Stephen Curry.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Butler sets a screen for Curry. The kick outside to Butler. Drills the three-pointer. And the Warriors lead by 12.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Kyrie Irving. The assist, Naji Marshall.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Mavericks feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
And now Dallas' starting group. They've got Klay Thompson. Najee Marshall is out there with Davis. Then there's Derek Lively. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. Here's George. The Mavs get their last shot to go. Fires from deep. The kick out to Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. This one for 3. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. We talked about facing a premier defender like Anthony Davis, and Coach told me AD is obviously a tremendous offensive player, but his impact on D is even greater. He's an elite rim protector, and he moves like a wing out there on the perimeter. Without a doubt, Davis covers a lot of ground defensively. Back to you, B.A.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
A taller guard with a quick trigger, Klay Thompson, is also an impressive perimeter defender and playmaker.
And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, B.A. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
Now here's Thompson, coming in off a 14-point game last time out. Lively passes to Davis. Rebound by Philadelphia. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight, to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
Thompson's shot is off. Philadelphia's gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. Here's Maxey. Embiid passes to George. And there's the foul. It's on Derek Lively. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
George with it. Marshall's there to end the drought. And the finish by George.
Much respect there for George because the concentration and focus didn't let the defense bother that shot.
Thompson passes to Davis. On the take. The rebound by Yabusele. 76ers trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Strong move and a little spicy, too. Embiid's passion for the game, the way he plays, I love it.
And the bucket is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity. Nice playmaking by Maxey, an overlooked part of his game.
On the wing, Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, and especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Now here's Maxey. He's scoreless. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Check out Maxey with the throwdown. Boy, he can get off the ground quick.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Thompson passes to Irving. There's the 3. It's stolen by Maxey. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And George with the basket on the assist from Maxey. George has got his second basket of the night.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back. Grab that one. However, so far they're getting a little out-hustled on the boards.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
They're really working the paint now.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. George against Irving. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
That's his second.
You know, I like how Irving also keeps the defense guessing, keeps them off balance, and he's so crafty and creative around the basket.
He hits the second from the line. The Sixers leading. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Well, Maxey has proven he's got a good eye out on the floor. He'll spot those gaps in a minute.
Pass to Marshall. And here is Irving. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Lively. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
On the court right now for Dallas. Kyrie Irving out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Derek Lively. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. And Thompson gets it to go.
I really believe we can go ahead now and lock Klay Thompson in on the short list of the greatest pull-up shooters in the NBA. And we might be talking the all-time list here.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Overall, though, I think they've taken good care of the basketball. That's their first turnover.
Mavericks trail by 5. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So, at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
And so it's Dallas with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Irving with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Marshall passes to Lively. 6 to shoot. Marshall with the bucket. Marshall's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Yabusele. Give him 8. Embiid inside. Davis on him. Now Embiid. Pass to Grimes. Kept alive. Out to the right wing. From downtown. Doesn't fall. Now 4 for 6. Mavericks trail by 4. Lively finds Thompson. Here's Marshall. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Marshall's got 5.
Nice read by Thompson right there, you know, showing he's more than just a shooter with plays like this.
For 3, Maxey sinks it from distance. He's got 7.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Lively with the bucket. Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking as officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the official.
Here's Irving. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Davis, the pass to Irving. Davis with a screen on George. Here's Irving. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick and his ball handling is so good. Absolutely, virtually impossible.
Got it. He's finally started to settle down here in the second quarter. Just needed to work up a sweat.
Pass to Davis. Ooh, Davis with the athleticism.
Always among the lead leaders in throwdowns. AD's tough around that rack.
And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. 3-point lead. And he jams it home with authority.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And so it's Dallas with it. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. The three from Thompson. Pass to Davis. Second shot opportunity. Irving with it. Guarded now by George. Releases. And George with some nice D.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Stolen by Davis. Thompson finds Irving. Back to Thompson. There's the three. That one no good. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Looking at Dallas, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Philadelphia 76ers. Thanks for joining us.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
They've got Andre Drummond, Edwards out there with Kelly Oubre, and it's Doughton in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. To Edwards. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. But on Martin.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Mavericks trail by 6. Exum with it. Oubre picks him up. The three from Washington. On target from range.
That was silky smooth there by Washington. Only takes him a few seconds to lock and load.
Here's Doughton. He's guarded by Martin. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Back to Gafford. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gafford. And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. Second, the 76ers.
It's one thing to be aggressive getting to the line. And last year, they made good on the opportunities when they presented themselves.
Here's Doughton. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And they did a great job of protecting the ball. Second fewest in turnovers. That's tough to accomplish in today's fast-paced style.
And last year, the #1 ranking in steals just illustrated the level of effort that they put in on D. Second free throw, no good. Mavericks Mavericks trail by 4. Washington outside. To the inside. Oh, they pick off the pass. Out on his own on the break. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Oubre, and that one is stuffed right through.
An incredible athlete. Kelly Oubre Jr. looks to throw it down.
It's stolen by Drummond. Here's Doughton. He's covered by Dinwiddie. And here's Oubre from the arc. And the rebound goes to Dallas. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning." That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night.
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie.
Looking fairly nimble on that drive. Once Drummond gets ahead of steam towards the bucket, get out of the way, please.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
Gafford passes to Washington. And the layup is good off the glass. Washington's got 5 points now this quarter.
Just muscling his way through the contact. How about the strength from Washington?
Pass to Drummond. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Gafford. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it. And it's a completely new group here for the Mavericks.
Substitution on the court.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. From 9 feet out, Drummond with the bucket.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Davis. Davis going to work in the paint.
He's automatic at the rim with that size and wingspan.
Pass to McCain. Here's Doughton. The kick out to Edwards. And out of bounds, the Mavericks will take it.
I'm not sure what happened there. You just can't give away possessions in this league.
55 seconds left in the third. Here's Irving. Oh, rejected by Drummond.
How about that swat by Drummond, using all of his height and bounce to deny the offense there.
Oubre against Irving. Drummond. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Lively's got his 5th rebound in this one. Marshall passes to Irving. Pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. From the arc. Edwards pulls it in. Here's McCain. Fires for 3. Buzzer beater is good.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Nothing.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Philadelphia on top, leading by 8. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Mavericks. Najee Marshall is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Lively in at the 5. Back to Embiid. Here's Yabusele. Pass to Embiid. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And Embiid has this shot in his bag. He's confident in that area.
Thompson outside. Here's Marshall. Maxey covering. Lively with a screen on Maxey. Here's Marshall. There's the drive. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
And he's good on the second. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Embiid against Davis. Tries the spin move. Now here's Embiid. Davis with a rebound. Lively with it. Here's Marshall. Outside Davis. Pass to Thompson. From outside, off the mark.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
You're not going to find many better two-way players than George. He gets after it at both ends every night.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Lets it fly. Dallas, no good that time either.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Embiid from outside. Davis with a rebound. Davis has got 4 rebounds now.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Extremely dangerous from that range. That's Thompson's comfort zone right there.
Three-pointer Embiid. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
76ers foul. Gershon Yabusele. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Marshall. No good with the triple. Philadelphia leading by 13. For 3, Maxey. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
Every time Maxey steps on the floor, you expect a big scoring night. Tyrese can explode offensively at any time.
And it's Irving missing.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Pass to Embiid. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Don't care how strong you are, how big you are, what you think you can do. Embiid is a load to handle. And Joel will get to the line.
What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer, Allen Iverson, back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
1:11 left in the 4th quarter. Goes back up. Excellent D there from Davis. Mavericks trail by 18.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the 76ers.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Graham. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And B.A., can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well deserving of this win.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And you have to be in awe of the complete dominance they displayed in this season series, winning the final meeting and earning a 3-0 sweep against the Mavericks.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Tyrese Maxey.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch. Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And here is Irving. Lets the three fly. That shot, no good. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg. This
everyone. Greeny. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for him.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring out. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green, and it's Moody in at the 3. And for Philadelphia, we've got Maxey. Abusele out there with Paul George. And there's Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. Curry can't get it to go.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Where there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Here's Butler. 76ers getting the bucket. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And everything Butler does, he does with a bang, including those 2 points.
And then George with the jam.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. We talked about the daunting task of facing Steph Curry. Coach said Curry makes your entire 5 guard him. Steph might be the best conditioned player in the league. He is constantly moving. It makes him so difficult to track. So, of course, it's not just Curry shooting that presents problems. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
The thing you love about Maxey is that he always has a smile when he's out there. He's enjoying himself, and he embraces the challenge that the game presents.
Podziemski on the wing. He's covered by Maxey. Podziemski's shot is good.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Maxey. The shot's good. Maxey's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Ooh, that is fierce. You want to see a player with no fear? That is Tyrese Maxey.
Here's Moody, and the slam by Moody.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Golden State's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his 3-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
Now, here's Maxey after the miss from Stephen Curry. And Butler sends it back.
And known as a defensive stopper, Butler is fantastic at coming up with the goods.
Curry's shot is off.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Grimes passes to Maxey. It's stolen by Curry.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Butler. Launches it from deep. The long distance 3 is buried. Butler's got 5 now.
And knew he had a look before he had the ball. Great anticipation by Butler.
And that one's good. Maxey.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now, here's Moody. 1:32 left to play here in the first. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good, Moody. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Green with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. Shots good by Butler.
Strong move by Butler, making sure that was a quality possession.
Maxey kicks to George. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Second, Stephen Curry.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Here's Grimes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots. Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Curry can't get it to go.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Three-pointer by Embiid. Here's Grimes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Embiid is out there with Yabusele. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter.
That's his first. How do you avoid fouling Embiid inside the paint? It's nearly impossible. The man is a monster.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them. How about the quickness on the drive from Curry? The moment he finds his opening, that guy is off to the races.
George with the ball. He has 6.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Warriors leading. Curry looking it over.
Philadelphia foul. Gershon Yabusele. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Curry from deep three-point land.
Well, despite some uneven shooting from him, they're still out in front.
No good on the quick 3. Pass to Embiid. Over Green. Embiid, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put them over the limit.
Third team foul.
Here's Butler. 7 points in the game. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And the sheer muscle from Butler. I mean, a solid finisher, even when he gets hit.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And another key for them tonight, attacking the basket. Taking it right to the hoop. Never a bad idea.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. You have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. You have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. Here's Maxey. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Lets it go from deep. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And the 76ers making a change here. Drummond's checked in. The 76ers trail by 7. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. The three-pointer no good. Outside Curry. Curry on the move. And the layup's good off the glass. Curry's got 8 points. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a great one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players. How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
That one good for 2.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Warriors leading by 11. Here's Butler. Good, and Curry gets the assist. He's got 16.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
Curry gets it to go inside.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
And slam dunk by Butler.
And he does it with and without the ball. Butler stuffing that stat sheet.
Maxey passes to Drummond. Back to Maxey. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Over Moody. Maxey, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's Curry with the 3. Rebound by the 76ers. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Warriors. He put together quite a quarter. Thanks for the great interview, David. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
31, the Warriors.
Well, I think for the Warriors, they don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road. Kind of like...
Changing focus now to that first half. A brutal game so far for the 76ers.
Where's the intent?
Thanks for joining us.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Gary Payton II is out there with Kuminga. Then it's Hield, and it's Spencer in at the 1.
Just exploding up the floor. Hield gets out ahead in transition to secure a bucket.
Puts up a deep 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range. McCain's got his first 3 points of the game. And a deep 3 from Hield. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The 76ers trail by 12. They get it back. A second chance effort, and it's laid in by Edwards.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
There's a good screen. Here's Spencer, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Dalton passes to Edwards. Down low. And the jam by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy's determined to finish.
2 minutes into the second half of play now.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Edwards drawing the double team. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Peyton. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Edwards drives in. Nice defense from Kuminga. Free throw line jump shot. Hield can't hit. The 76ers trail by 14. Here's McCain. Misses the three.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Driving to the basket, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
Some agile defense from Hill, not allowing the shooter to slip by him.
In the third, 2 minutes.
Out to the right wing. Spencer buries it from three-point range. Spencer's got 7 points in the game.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Shot by Hield, nobody around. And another three for Golden State.
The corner is the shortest three by distance, so for someone like Hill, that is easy money.
The 76ers again can't hit it.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly. Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. Offensive rebound. Out to Edwards. Knocks down the three ball. 5 points in the game.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Here's Spencer. Here's the three. Post misses the shot. The 76ers trail by 20. Here's Dalton. Drops in the layup for two. Dalton's got his first 2 points of the night.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
There's the pick. Kuminga dishes to Hield. It's stolen by Edwards. Oubre outside. It's taken away by Peyton. Pass to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Look at Hield's unselfish approach. He's working to find everyone to look, not just himself.
And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. McCain's got 5 now.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Embiid. George is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Maxey, no good.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season. We're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you played every team, you understand the defensive concept. You might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
6 on the shot clock. Floats it up for Butler and slam dunk by Butler.
And that ability to just rise up for the alley-oop Butler is an animal of an athlete.
And George with the stuff.
A fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
George against Curry. Chalk up 2 there.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Outside, Maxey. There's 3-pointers off the mark.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Maxey. The baseline jumper goes down.
Maxey saying, sure, I'll take that.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Moody. Outside Curry. And he banks in the layup. 18 points for Stephen Curry.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Podziemski finds Curry. Back to Podziemski. Good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Moody. And the slam by Moody.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Maxey. Butler, no good. Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Curry way outside. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Curry's got 21 in the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you can tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Butler.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
Pass to Podziemski. A three-pointer is right on target.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Oh, Roses, they're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
The shot by Curry, no good. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Curry is inside, and it goes down 2 points.
This is what Curry does best. He is so creative at getting into rhythm and staying hot.
Three-pointer by Embiid. Rebound by Butler. Outside Curry. To the middle. Trying to find Green. He's got it now.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Philadelphia ball.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory. Thank you for that, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson.